Hello, this is Mrs. Taylor, and I'm going to walk you through an example of converting rates of change. The reason why this problem falls under that category is because we have a scenario where Margaret is traveling 15 miles every day to work. Typically, she travels 45 miles per hour. Assuming this is her speed, calculate how many minutes it takes Margaret to get to work. So the reason this is a conversion is because they want us to answer in minutes, but our rate of change is in hours. So I've got to convert my rate of change to a different unit and then determine the time for 15 miles. And so one way you can approach this is you can think, okay, 45 miles for 1 hour is actually 45 miles for 60 minutes. And so if I want to figure out the number of minutes for 15 miles, I can set up a proportion because the ratio of miles to minutes should be equal. So what that means is that I could set this up as a proportion and cross multiply. So 60 times 15, 45 times x. 60 times 15 is 900. 45 times x is 45x. And then I can solve by division. So that gives me the number of minutes it would take to go 15 miles. Now, you could also do this using a conversion. And it's sort of like a mix-up of dimensional analysis where you start with the same thought process, 60 minutes in 45 miles, but what I want to happen is I want that miles to go away. I want it to eliminate so that I'm left with just the minutes. And so miles over miles would divide out to 1, and I'd be left with my minutes. And so all I'd have to do is 60 times 15, which is 900, and then divide that by 45. So it's the same math as I was doing on the left side, but it may make more sense in your brain to think of it as multiplying by unit conversion rather than proportion. Either way, you get 20 minutes. So you could either treat it as a proportion, you could treat it as a unit conversion. Either way, you get the same result. It would take Margaret 20 minutes to get to work.